2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament, US vs Argentina. Coco Gauff of the United States serves during the women's singles match against Solana Sierra of Argentina in the Group A round-robin match between the United States and Argentina at the 2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament in Perth, Australia, January 3, 2026. Photo by Showdown Xinhua. Coco Gauff of the United States returns the ball during the women's singles match against Solana Sierra of Argentina in the Group A round-robin match between the United States and Argentina at the 2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament in Perth, Australia, January 3, 2026. Photo by Showdown Xinhua. Sebastian Baez of Argentina serves during the men's singles match against Taylor Fritz of the United States in the Group A round-robin match between the United States and Argentina at the 2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament in Perth, Australia, January 3, 2026. Photo by Showdown Xinhua. Taylor Fritz of the United States competes during the men's singles match with Sebastian Baez of Argentina in the Group A round-robin match between the United States and Argentina at the 2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament in Perth, Australia, January 3, 2026. Photo by Showdown Xinhua. Coco Gauff, of the United States poses with Solana Sierra, of Argentina before their women's singles match in the Group A round-robin match between the United States and Argentina at the 2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament in Perth, Australia, January 3, 2026. Photo by Showdown Xinhua. Taylor Fritz, of the United States poses with Sebastian Baez of Argentina before the men's singles match in the Group A round-robin match between the United States and Argentina at the 2026 United Cup Tennis Tournament in Perth, Australia, January 3, 2026. Photo by Showdown Xinhua. The Perth arena lights rose slowly, like a sunrise rehearsed 1,000 times, and the crowd responded with a low, swelling hum. It was the kind of sound that didn't belong to any single nation, but to the sport itself. Anticipation braided with pride. On the big screen, two flags appeared side by side, the stars and stripes of the United States, and Argentina's sky blue and white bands with the golden sun at their heart. This was the 2026 United Cup, and tonight, it was US versus Argentina. The United Cup was never just another tournament. It was tennis wearing a team jersey, tennis learning how to cheer together. Men and women shared the same bench, the same pressure, the same belief that individual brilliance could become something larger. For fans, it felt like watching countries speak through forehands and backhands, through grit and grace. Opening notes. The American team walked out first, a mix of calm confidence and restless energy. Their players had grown up on hard courts and big stages, familiar with expectation. They waved briefly, businesslike, but their eyes scanned the stands, already measuring the night. Argentina followed, greeted by a roar that seemed to come from deep in the chest. Argentine tennis had always carried a particular fire, an intensity shaped by clay courts, long rallies, and a tradition of refusing to yield. Their players stood closer together, hands on shoulders, as if reminding one another that no match here would be faced alone. The order of play promised drama: women's singles, men's singles, then the mixed doubles decider if needed. The format itself felt cinematic, 3 acts, each capable of rewriting the ending. Act 1, the baseline battle. The women's singles opened the tie, and from the first rally it was clear that this would be a test of patience. The American player struck with clean power, her shots crisp and direct, the ball skidding low and fast. Across the net, the Argentine countered with heavy topspin, pulling the rally wide, high, and deep. Games stretched into duels. Deuce after deuce ticked by as the crowd leaned forward, breaths held. When the American cracked a winner down the line, the US bench leapt up in unison. When the Argentine chased down an impossible ball and turned defense into attack, the Argentine supporters answered with drums and chants. The match swung like a pendulum. The American took the first set with bold serving, but the Argentine responded in the second, extending rallies until power gave way to fatigue. In the deciding set, both players seemed to move on instinct alone. At 5-5, under maximum tension, the American found another gear. 2 fearless returns, 1 nerveless volley, and suddenly the set, and the match, tilted her way. She dropped her racket, hands over her face, as the US secured the first point of the tie. United States, 1. Argentina, 0. But no one in the arena believed the story was finished. Act 2, power meets persistence. The men's singles felt different from the start, faster, louder, heavier. The American player brought thunder, his serve exploding off the racket like a starting pistol. Aces flew. The Argentine returned them with stubborn precision, blocking the ball back into play, refusing to let points end easily. The crowd sensed it. This was strength against resilience. The American dominated early, taking the first set behind relentless offense. Every winner drew gasps, every ace a cheer. But the Argentine, unshaken, slowed the tempo in the second. He extended rallies, dragged the American into corners, and asked the same question over and over, "Can you do this again?" Errors crept in. A double fault here, a mistimed forehand there. The Argentine broke serve and claimed the second set, punching the air as his bench erupted. The deciding set became a physical and mental grind. Sweat darkened shirts. Shoes squeaked with urgency. At 4-4, the Argentine broke, not with a flashy winner, but with a rally so long it seemed to bend time. When the American netted the final ball, the Argentine crowd roared as if a goal had been scored. Moments later, it was over. Argentina had leveled the tie. United States, 1. Argentina, 1. Everything would come down to mixed doubles. Act 3, together on the line. Mixed doubles at the United Cup carried a special electricity. It was where personalities mixed with tactics, where communication mattered as much as skill. The U.S. pair took the court smiling, tapping rackets, clearly energized by the moment. The Argentine duo looked fierce and focused, their expression set like stone. From the first point, the match crackled. Quick exchanges at the net. Sharp angles. Reflex volleys that drew applause even from opposing fans. Each point felt amplified, as if the ball itself knew what was at stake. The Americans played aggressively, poaching at the net, taking risks. The Argentines answered with touch and teamwork, reading each other perfectly, covering space like dancers who knew the choreography by heart. 1 set apiece. No margin left. In the final set, the arena became a single organism, groans, cheers, and gasps rising and falling together. At 6-6, the tiebreak began, the ultimate test of nerve. Mini breaks traded hands. At 8-8, silence fell between points. The American server bounced the ball, once, twice, then served wide. A